Okay, Gemini. How you guys doing out there? I'm doing alright in here. Staying warm. Kind of keeping to myself. Finishing up a few projects. Thanks for asking. So I keep getting prompts from my spirit team to stop using lighters. I don't know why. And I let it go, or they let it go, and finally it's like, well, are you gonna listen or not? So I don't know why, but I'm going to matches. If any of y'all have had the same message, or you know why that could be, comment below. Oh, we got Patsy Cline, I Fall to Pieces just came on. This is gonna go one way or another. I'll put a link in the description when I figure out what I'm talking about. We have opal as a little protective talisman. So if you have any opal this week, carry it around with you as a reminder to yourself that just because maybe someone in your experience doesn't see your worth or doesn't understand your depth, or they don't recognize your beauty or your royalty or something like that, you're not going to let it bother you at all. It's like, if you saw this on the ground, this is how I saw it. It's almost like you have to have a clairvoyant sense sometimes with being a little rock hound, where you can just kind of sense the weight. And for me as a clairvoyant person, it's like the weight of the truth feels differently than the weight of deception or lies. So I guess we're talking about deception and lies and options about what to do about that if you haven't already. Or just a reminder that you are loved and you are heard. And let's see what happens here. Oh, okay, so my chicken scratches, you told them so. But don't say that part out loud. It could be karma comes crashing in for somebody who was stringing you along or being disrespectful or not necessarily honoring their commitment to you. And if it's not a love relationship, it's a living situation, it's a family dynamic, it's a friend who promised you they'd be there for you, promise, and now that the time is there, they're waffling. Or they're about to change their mind. And something you said, you're like, don't do that. This is going to come back to kick you in the butt. And they didn't listen to you. Well, it's about to come kick them in the butt. So what are we talking about here? Let me see. I'm going to use the Untamed Elemental deck, and what else am I going to do here? I have a brand new cleaned off Thoth deck that I'm having fun with. Let me do that too. It feels so nice to clean off a deck. Especially if you use a lot of... Oh yeah, sage. I knew I was forgetting something. So don't forget to clean out your physical space, even if you're feeling a little low energy. Sage myself. It's important. Part's important. Okay. Crazy for loving you. Are you crazy for loving somebody? Ooh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Well, this person, yeah, you would be crazy for loving them, or if they're trying to come back, no. They destabilize you, they keep you in confusion. This person doesn't match your intellectual prowess. They're petty. They're bitter. Sea star. Jeez. This person would pretend to be spiritual if that's what you were into at the moment, but they couldn't care less. They couldn't care less. This person expected you to carry them on your back, is what I'm seeing, but there was... It's like a child's understanding of what a relationship should be. Oh, wolf. Okay, so this is a misogynist. This is someone that thinks that women should be subservient to men or something. And it's an incorrect thought that just leaves you in a hellish vortex. You know, they don't even know where they are. They might not even know who they are anymore. But they're still going to try and come for you for some reason why. Or they're going to blame you when everything falls down. And you're like, wait a minute, but I told you that. I told you so. I told you this was going to happen. What's that advice with the seashell? Oh, there's a scratch there. So, why? Okay, hold on. Why would that be there? Let me turn the CD off. It's too scratched. It's too damaged. It's like this relationship is too damaged. I think they did too much damage for you to either believe them or go along with this or let them back in your life. So with Cloud here in the upright with all of this other stuff in the reversal, you see now that this relationship itself was limiting your potential. You couldn't see past a certain point in time, even though I don't know who this is for. This came out, but you're like time travelers. You're time traveling people or something, or you're like universal travelers. And this person was keeping you chained to a realm, a vortex, a thought bubble that you kind of got stuck in there. I'm seeing as like you being stuck in a big bubble. You know, like those bubbles that you can get inside and like roll down the hill. It's like somebody talked you into getting into one of those bubbles and like, this is going to be really fun. This is going to be really fun. And then they wouldn't let you out again. You're like, what the hell? And they're like, you like this? Yeah, you like this. And you're like, no, I don't like this. And they're like, yeah, you like this. And you're like, why are you smiling? And it's like really creepy or something. That's a clue. Let me turn the CD off. Okay. Man, this is dang old Patsy Cline CD is brand new. So it's the end of like replaying this relationship in your mind as something you could have fixed or something you could have done differently. They gaslit you into starting to question your own intuition and starting to question the guidance that you got from your own spiritual team. However that works for you. Even if you're not a spiritual person or you're not a religious person, those two things are very different, by the way. You had a connection. Literally every person has the capacity to repair that connection to their higher power, you know, however you see that. Okay. Well, that answers that. Divine Masculine in the reverse and Pegasus in the reverse. So they wanted freedom for themselves, but not for you. This is the ultimate hypocrite. This is the ultimate hypocrite. So what do you do about a hypocrite? Let me just cut this deck here. Praying Mantis in reverse. You've seen enough. You've heard enough. So if you haven't walked away yet, give yourself a timeline. Give yourself a deadline. Give yourself a timeline. Start to clear out the clutter. What does that mean? Clear out the clutter. Seashell in reverse. Let me see. I'm going to pull from this deck real quick here. So this person doesn't care about what's fair. They only care about what they want. So they're okay with breaking the law. They're okay with lying. They're okay with identity theft, I think. So you were dealing with someone who had ill-gotten gains in the coffers, in the bank, in the pockets, that sort of thing. Woo! Okay. This love, this union, I choose you, you choose me, it only brought you misery. Being left out in the cold, you feel rejected. You feel like it was all hard times. Like, looking back on it, there weren't really any good times. They were just all hard times. It was all bad times. It was always a struggle. You always felt rejected. You never felt like you were invited into their life. Yeah. So, when you walk away, you will find a newfound commitment to yourself, which will bring in that commitment, but just not from them. Just not from them. What do you need to know? There's something that's bothering me about that. What is it? I did this Wasserman test. Wasserman test is the most commonly used test to diagnose syphilis. So this person has a very, very serious sexually transmitted disease. And like I was saying, they don't care about what's right. They just care about what's on the top of their to-do list in that moment. And so what they're going to do is come in and give you a really serious venereal disease that I'm thinking like HIV, AIDS, monkey bumps. Something like that, like something that you wouldn't be able to ignore. So what's right here is to never let them in. You don't talk to them. You don't think about them. This came up in the whatever reading. What was it? Aries. If you have Aries in your chart, check that out. Yeah. They deserve everything that they were willing to let happen to you because you didn't agree with them or because you didn't listen to them. But they should have been listening to you the whole time, and now they're going to have to gain a new respect for the way you do connect with your higher power. Because I feel like you told them this like a year ago or something. And if it's not a relationship, it's a business thing where you're like, do not sell this house right now, or do not invest in this thing right now, or that crypto that's all bombing. Do not invest in easy, quick, easy money, something like that. And they didn't listen, and they've lost it all. And they're about to either go to jail for a really long time or end up dead. HIV is more manageable than it used to be, but it is, it's not the death sentence that it used to be. But if you're dealing with someone who is already in poor health and they already have a lot of addictions and bad life decisions as far as their health goes, it surely can be. So say goodbye if you haven't already, but I feel like you have. Hang in there, justice is coming. Yeah, you told them so. But what I think I forgot to say was that the advice here is keep that part to yourself. You don't need to chime in with, see, I told you so. You just think that in your head. You don't say that part out loud. That's the part you just keep in your head. So don't be reactive as far as communication goes. Today, tomorrow, next week. Oh, okay. It's like once you do not accept this cheater or liar in your life, you get a brand new offer from a love interest who's going to be really excited about protecting you and honoring you. Happiness, the sunshine. Hang in there. Say no. Stand your ground. Don't let that dark side of you that likes excitement or drama, and I'm not saying this is you, but if it's in there, I'm saying not that it is, but if it was, that part of you that loves drama or excitement or the back and forth exchange of energy that can result in make-up sex or like this, you won't be able to solve this in the bedroom. So if there's a part of you that still lusts for them or longs for them, like that Patsy Cline song, let it go. This is not the year for sad love songs, okay? Last year was the year for sad love songs. What's that Cake song where he says like, sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. All right. Gonna let you go. The bottom line here is that you were unmanageable and that you were untamable or unbreakable. Like they wanted to break you like a wild stallion. They saw that you were this beautiful, wild creature, and the darkness inside of them wanted to get their whip. So congratulations from A, getting away from this person, B, standing your ground, and C, having the foresight in the first place to be able to see the warning signs to get out of the way here before karma steps in next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.